Good morning, everybody, and a happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope your week is going well. This is going to be a very interesting video. As usual, we have the royal family stuff. Now, at the end, I've decided to give you a Finn compilation. People are complaining they haven't seen a lot of Finn. Let me remind you, Finn has his own channel. The link is in the description box. I stopped posting to it because hardly anybody was looking at it, but then they come here and complain they haven't seen Finn. If enough people will go over there and sign up, I'll just post over there and you can see Finn and Toodles all day long. All right. In the meantime, let's jump into our video for today. There's a lot. Let's go. Let's start off with me saying a big thank you to Angelique. She bought this item for me off of my Amazon wish list. They're the headbands, you know, the kind that keep the hair out of your face. I know it's hard to see in the picture, but there's actually 3 different bands. If you look really closely, you can see there's 3 separate designs. And I always tell you guys if the stuff works or not. Yes, this works really well. Absolutely. Love the different colors. Thank you, Angelique. I appreciate it. All right, let's move on. We're going to start with Prince Edward on the 29th of January before he went to India as the new and first patron of the Scientific Exploration Society. He went to a reception in London. This society, the Scientific Exploration Society, is apparently a British grant-giving charity dedicated to exploring and conserving the planet. Love it. Next up, moving on to India, the Duke of Edinburgh was given a beautiful picture of himself by some of the young people who have taken part in the Duke of Edinburgh International Award. Now, I told you guys the other day that Edward was at the stadium for the cricket match. Well, apparently he was welcomed by the BCCI vice president and the MCA president at that stadium, and this lovely photo came out. Next up, the Vice President of India put up a lovely tweet on X talking about the historic ties, culture, and common values that bind India and the United Kingdom, along with some fabulous pictures from where everybody got together. They talked about the significance of trade, education, and parliamentary exchanges. It looks like his trip is going very well. You guys already know how I feel about Edward. Now, I don't know if this next event took place the same day. I think so. The next day, Edward went to visit a school in India for the Duke of Edinburgh International Award. Now, the school that he went to visit was a British school. He interacted with students and he went to various school stalls. He spoke with students from different schools. He spoke to them about their work, about their projects. And during the meeting, he really talked about how well India and the UK relations are strengthening. He also mentioned, Edward did, that he is the Chancellor of the University of Bath in the UK and stressed that cooperation in the field of education could be mutually rewarding, which I agree. So, listen, I love Edward and I think he's doing a great job. Now, one other thing. Edward was visiting the governor's residence in Raj Bhavan on Sunday, and while he was there, he went to a historical site within the complex, and it was a British-era bunker. How cool is that? Let's move on to King Charles and Queen Camilla. Can you believe they're going to have their 20th wedding anniversary? It's been announced they're going to be doing it overseas. They're going to be on a state visit to Rome on April 9th. Now, obviously, full details have not yet been released, but they will apparently have an audience with Pope Francis at Vatican City during their trip. And although it will be a working day, they will also find time to celebrate their anniversary privately. Now, this is after Buckingham Palace told everybody last year that the king is really embracing travel during his cancer treatment because it was like the perfect tonic for him. It's you know, he loves it. Good for them. Let's move on. Sticking with King Charles, on February the 3rd, he welcomed Miss Kemi Badenoch into the 1844 room of Buckingham Palace. Well, that's a beautiful room. This is an old tradition of hosting formal meetings with the leaders of the opposition, and they bring them in for face-to-face talks. And apparently this tradition fell by the wayside with Queen Elizabeth in the later years. And so King Charles said, he's going to revive this now and start doing it again. I think that's lovely that he meets with the opposition leaders. You know what I mean? Because remember, the royal family are apolitical, or they're supposed to be apolitical. Love it. Let's move on. All right, next up, Princess Anne. I showed you guys the other day that she was at the Six Nations Rugby League, and look at the outfit she's wearing, and a picture showed up of her wearing that same jacket in 1970. God, I love her. All right, let's move on. Let's move on now to Princess Catherine and little Prince Louis. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it is Cancer Awareness Day, a World Cancer Awareness Day, and Prince Louis at some point took a picture of Catherine at Windsor, and the second image, of course, and then it was released, and there's two images. The second image was taken by the princess herself. So there was a personal message from Catherine that said, "Don't forget to nurture all which lies beyond the disease." So the picture of her with her arms outstretched is the one taken by Louis. And Catherine has repeatedly emphasized about she spent time in nature during her cancer journey and how important it was for her physical and mental health, which, is reflected in her images. Currently, she's in remission. I think Louis has a good, eye there. I think he took an excellent picture. I love it. Okay, let's move on. Now, I find this a very poignant time because in case you guys have forgotten about that 17-year-old girl, Liz Hatton, she was the one who was dying by cancer. She's 17 years old. Catherine met her before she died. Anyway, to make a long story short, she has had her artwork, her pictures auctioned off for charity in a tribute, which I think is lovely. The auction raised almost £900, and the money was going to help fund research into desmoplastic small round cell tumors. Lovely. Now, we, of course, have seen a lot of her artwork. It's just beautiful. This young lady had a bucket list of things that she wanted to do, pictures that she wanted to take before it, became too late for her. Even once she was wheelchair bound, she continued to take pictures. Now, the picture that's about to pop up is a picture of Prince William awarding cyclist Sir Mark Cavendish his knighthood, and she took that picture. She took the pictures of Michael McIntyre, Six the Musical, the Royal Ballet. She was even in a wheelchair at one point at the UK premiere of Venom: The Last Dance in October of 2024. She just kept going. This girl was mature beyond her years. She left something behind, and this is what she said. "Please eat cake, enjoy a pack of discos, try some sweets, and enjoy as many memories as you can with those around you." This girl donated her body to medical students at Glasgow University, and her dying wish and mission to raise £100,000 for vital medical research. And she also wanted to give away her organs, but because of the tumors, she couldn't do that. I just think that's amazing. But I think it's wonderful that she left her body to be studied by students so they can better understand the disease and maybe help somebody else. How selfless. All right, moving on. Here we go, Harry, Meghan stuff. So we know that in a few days, it's going to be the Grammys. This is one of the biggest nights on the showbiz calendar, okay? Stars from all over the world will ascend on an arena in Los Angeles, but it would appear that Harry and Meghan are not going to be there. It's being claimed that they are once again avoiding the Grammys. It has nothing to do with the fact that they weren't invited. No. They're steering clear of the Grammys, and Meghan is focusing her attention on her new projects because of a joke that was put out during the Grammys, earlier. Really? The gentleman's name is Trevor Noah. He is a presenter with The Daily Show, and he is hosting this event again. He hosted it in 2023, and he made a joke about Harry and Meghan right after The Spare came out. Remember, again, the frostbite on the Todger. And so Trevor made a reference to the incident when he introduced James Corden to the stage, and he told the audience, quote, "He is living proof that a man can move from London to LA and not tell everybody about his frostbitten penis." FYI, this guy was Meghan's last guest on Spotify right before it was canceled. So, yeah, no, they're not avoiding it. They have not been invited to it. This is the same old stuff that they've always done. They're putting out these pieces to try to explain their absence. Oh, we already had something scheduled. Oh, we're already busy. Oh, we're avoiding it intentionally. Get real. Now, with everything going on and all the rabid criticism and the negative press, it's being reported Meghan has been warned that she is in big trouble, especially with the allegations of the way that she treats her staff and the previous allegations of a similar nature when she was working with the royal family. As I told you yesterday, U.S. media has absolutely turned on Harry and Meghan. Everything about them is coming out. It's like the dam has broken. People are no longer afraid that they're going to be called a racist or they might get their, jobs taken from them because Meghan complained if you don't write something that she deems as favorable. We knew that these articles were going to put a strain on their relationships and their work opportunities, but apparently they've been shunned by a lot of A-list celebrities, including the Kardashians. Remember, Kim Kardashian, apparently Meghan was hoping to have a friendship with her, and last year, Doria was seen out with Kim and Kris Jenner. Apparently that is gone. Make absolutely no mistake, this is all happening because Harry, not Meghan, Harry has been called out for verbally destroying his family after he stepped away from the royal family and his royal, role, and he relocated to the United States. He is in exile, Harry is, and that was his choice. Everybody's been talking about the olive branch, and I have been saying since the beginning, you guys know this, I've been saying since the very beginning that there is absolutely no way back. And now the articles are coming out saying that there's no way back to the royal fold for Harry. They're only saying what I've been saying for a long time. Listen, I've said it before again, and I'll say it again. If Harry had gone to the United States with Meghan, kept his head down, kept his mouth shut, didn't slam the royals, he and Meghan would be the two most popular people on the planet. But the fact is, he wanted the half in, half out. And I'm sure he wishes that he could have managed to do the half in, half out, because what he wanted was to keep his military appointments, have the security, live in the palaces, but yet go off and make money. And it's like the Queen said, you work for the monarchy doesn't work for you. That's how it works. This is a man who was so self-titled and self-assured and just basically stupid that he really thought it would be okay to publicly annihilate every member of his family in The Spare, which is a book now that will stand for all time. And he didn't realize it would upset them. He really didn't think that by spilling everything and saying such horrible things about his family, that it would cause such a fallout with them and the public. Of course, with Meghan egging him on, behind the scenes, I have absolutely no doubt. And finally, this whole visa thing is still rearing its ugly head. We know that Meghan did not like him when they still lived in the UK. They treated him badly. Now that he is the president of the United States, and he has said before he was president that, he was going to keep going with the whole visa thing. It could be a difficult time for Harry and Meghan, because I'm telling you that Trump said he was going to look at the visa. Right now, I think he's got other things on his plate, but I think eventually, yes, he's going to get around to looking at the visa. And when that happens, if he lied on that visa application, I can assure you, Trump is going to deport Harry. Everybody's like, he won't want to upset the family. No, he will uphold American law. Sorry. All right, you guys, it is time for your Finn compilation. I hope you enjoy. right, you guys, put those comments down, make them really good. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications. Then you can go down into the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, the link to Finn's channel, the link to my father's book, which is still up for sale, my Amazon wish list, and a physical address. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.